Hi, I'm Carly, and today on Passing the Aux, we are here with Sarah Kinsley, and we're going to be making the quintessential Sarah Kinsley playlist. Are you ready?
Okay, yes, I can't
Amazing.
wait.
Are you a big playlist maker? Like, how do you normally like to listen to music?
I feel like playlists are definitely a big love language of mine. I feel like if I make you one, it's like I'm trying to send you a sign or like say
Right.
something, or it's like for a very specific occasion. So yeah, I love
Exactly.
playlists.
Amazing. I'm the same way. What's your go-to song for staring dramatically out the window, romanticizing your life?
Ooh, I've been listening to a lot of the Sundays. This
Oh,
song, On
okay.
Earth is like very cinematic, very romantic, has a lot of sort of longing
Yeah.
infused into it. I think most of their music feels that way.
If you could listen to one of your favorite songs for the very first time again and kind of
Oh, yeah.
relive that discovery of it, which song would you pick?
It would definitely be something by the Cocteau Twins. I talk about them
Mm.
literally all the time to a point that's kind of insane at this point, but my favorite album of theirs is this album called Blue Bell Knoll, and honestly, any of the songs from that album, if I could have my first experience, I think "See So Buff" is, like, a song on that album, or I mean, there's a different song called "Watchlar" by them
Okay.
that I wish I could hear again for the first time.
I love that. I've listened to some of their music. I don't know if I've heard those specific songs, and I'm
Okay.
excited to go and listen
No,
to them for the
Bluebell
first
Knoll is,
time.
like, a fantastic album.
Okay.
I highly recommend, yeah.
I know you're trained in classical piano and violin,
Mhm.
which is so cool.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite song to play or perform or one that you find yourself going back to?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, classical music was just such a big part of my life, I feel like, for
Yeah.
so long, and when I listen back to that music, it's so nostalgic, and it takes
Right.
me I don't know, it, like, opens up a different part of my brain almost, which is crazy that music can do that,
Mm.
but I played a lot of Chopin and Debussy growing up, like
Okay.
Chopin Etudes or, I listened to a ton of Ravel. I didn't really play much Ravel, but I would listen to a lot of orchestral music by Ravel, so that is definitely something that I go back to. I think one of the best symphonies is, this Symphony Number 2 by Rachmaninoff. That's, like,
Okay.
an amazing symphony. The slower second movement of that is a very famous one. It was actually, um, I think, like, half ripped by, like, Eric Carmen on one of his songs, like, the vocal melody is taken from that,
Oh,
so it's a
cool.
pretty cool, I don't know, music history thing, but yeah,
I
any
love
of
that.
those composers.
So I also saw that you really love visual art and maybe at one point wanted to be a visual artist.
For a little bit, yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I would be, like, a filmmaker
Oh,
maybe or, like, a
cool.
I don't know, I just yeah, I guess just love telling people what to do, so I
No,
wanted to
for
be a
sure.
director.
Yeah, do you feel like you connect to visual art with music a lot?
Yeah, totally. I think half of the reason why I fall in love with like a contemporary artist now is
Mhm.
because of their visual world and
Yeah.
identity. And um it's it's a blessing and a curse in a weird way that that's what it means to be an artist now, where
Right.
you are not just sonically expected to build something. It has to sort of have a visual appeal
Right.
online and stuff like that. But I mean, totally. I feel like that's how I fall in love with music.
Do you have a favorite artist, maybe a filmmaker or a painter, sculptor, something like that?
Oh, I mean, I've been talking about him a lot, but definitely right now, Luca Guadagnino, he like inspired
Mm.
a song on my EP, the movie Queer. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw it.
I love that movie.
But I also loved like Call Me by Your Name and
Right.
like
So
the
good.
classics. That movie Queer was definitely visually haunting for me. And um yeah, really set the scene, I think, for like the kind of music I was writing for this EP.
I love that. That's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. Can you think of any song that kind of captures the feeling that that movie also makes you feel?
Oh, I mean, you know, that movie, like, scared the shit out of me.
Rightfully so, yeah.
I had nightmares about that movie for, like, a
Really?
week. Yeah, just because I don't really watch a lot of, like I mean, I wouldn't say it was a horror movie, but it was
Right.
definitely it was very eerie and
For sure.
thrilling.
It gets intense.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does, and it was like a portrayal of love that, kinda terrified me, like a
for
portrayal of
sure.
desire that really freaked me out. I mean, I think music that makes me feel that way
On a different note, what's a song that always reminds you of, like, your childhood bedroom or, like, is nostalgic in that way of, like, reminds you
Oh,
of growing up?
that's cute. I mean, I feel like I listen to the classic, like, sort of top 200, like,
Right.
radio
All the
stuff, so
stuff.
that or, like, my dad put me on to so much classic dad 80s music, you know, if
Right.
I hear anything by the Eagles, it's,
For
like,
sure.
over.
Takes you back.
My dad had this, like, really cool, like, Lexus that it was, like, this black car with these cool leather seats, and
Oh,
he
sick.
would drive me to school and stuff or, like, pick me up from Chinese lessons, and we would just listen to CDs that he had in the car, so it was, like, a lot of Sting or, like, the Eagles. Is it One of These Nights by is that by
Mm,
the Eagles? I feel
I'm not
like
sure,
that was a
but
classic or
yeah.
a lot of ABBA and
Right,
that
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
You just released your latest project, which is an EP called Fleeting,
Mhm.
which I absolutely love.
Oh, thank you.
I the outro Reverie is one of my favorites ever. I think it's so
Thank you.
cool. One of my
Thank
favorite
you.
songs. I wrote another song off that project, Truth of Pursuit, about
Certain ambient music will kind of
mm,
like get under my skin in that sense. There's this amazing side project from Grouper that's called Mirroring, and there's
okay.
this doesn't really scare me, but it's just like so relaxing and intimate. I love it. Or like I mean like Bjork or PJ Harvey kind of also music that like I don't know, kind of gets under my skin or makes me
Right.
more alert
For
somehow.
sure. An era of limerence in your life.
Yes, yeah.
But I wanted to know what, like, song you were listening to, like, during that era that was maybe, like, full of
Oh my god.
yearning or infatuation that
Girl.
kind of spoke to you at that time.
I was doing that sort of thing you do to yourself where you make it worse for yourself
Right.
by
I always do
listening
that.
to stuff that doesn't make you feel
Uh-huh.
any better. It's just
Right.
indulging in bad feelings. But
Mhm.
I was listening to a lot of the Blue Nile. I was listening to
Okay.
this, I was put on to this album Hats by them. They just have this romantic yearning that I was trying to I don't know, kind of convey in my music and like get out of my system all of the I don't know, the sort of harsher realities of desire and limerence and the downfall from
Right.
that. So I would bike around and like literally just blast that album Hats on repeat or that song, The Downtown Lights, or I think they have another song called Let's Go Out Tonight. And
Okay.
especially when the thing I was writing about kind of ended, I would just listen to that over and over.
Right.
Just longing constantly, but that's a
Mhm.
great album
Okay,
for that kind of
noted.
thing.
I feel like there's nothing better than, like, putting on a good album and going, like, on a bike ride when you're, like, feeling something deeply.
Summertime, it's just
Right.
rained, like, you're so sad, but you can't cry anymore because you've
Mhm.
just done it so much that the only thing to do is just, like, think
Right.
and hold everything and actually just let go of it. Yeah,
For
totally. The
sure.
bike ride is very
It's
cathartic.
a key part of it.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
totally.
Okay, so I saw that you produce a lot of your own music, which
Mhm.
I think is so cool.
Yeah.
And you're obviously very talented at it.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to know what song, like, from this latest project you either, like, had the most fun producing or felt like the most rewarding once it was done.
I mean, I think Truth of Pursuit is definitely the one I'm proudest of, or Lonely Touch. I mean, I'm
Mm,
really equally proud of all my children, but
right.
Truth of Pursuit was like literally a burst of like creativity for me, where I
Yeah.
just came up with the first half of the song and then like sped to my laptop and like really quickly put it together. And most of the time when that happens, the end product ends up sounding horrible because it's
Mhm.
like you're just rushing and trying to like vomit out something. But for this time for Truth or Pursuit, it was like the demo I have of it is like very distorted and sort of ugly.
Mhm.
But there's like a beauty in how unrefined it is. And
Yeah.
that was super, super exciting for me because it sort of symbolized for me also the same rush of like emotion that I was going through at the same time. To have that happen
Right.
musically for me was very, very exciting. And Lonely Touch I was just proud of because it's like it's just filled to the brim with sound. Like there's so many stems in that song. We packed it. My collaborator Jake and I, like we filled as much sound as possible into that song. So
Yeah.
I have pride sort of that we pulled it off, I guess.
Is there, like, a song that has a specific, like, line or lyric that you're especially proud of?
Oh, I mean, I am really definitely very proud of the writing on my last EP. I mean,
Yes, you should be.
thank you. Thank you. It's hard to be sometimes. I'm nervous. I mean, I think with time, it's hard to look back and like in retrospect, um, just in general, because you just are. by default a different person than who
Right.
you were back then. I don't know. I love the lyrics and After All, the sort of true ballad besides Reverie on the EP.
Right.
It's just I like the imagery a lot that I was conveying. I think it was like the first time I was just letting myself say it how it was and just like be super clear. Like the first verse of that song is just genuinely describing the scene I was in, which was like it was raining, strike of lightning, whatever, like an old dream, blah blah blah. But I like the flow of it, and I like the idea that someone who's listening to the song is like with me in my apartment and like understanding the solitude that it took for me to write that.
Yeah, is there a specific, like, lyric in that you love, or just, like, the whole song as a
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of my favorite line from that. In the chorus, there's a line that was like, I mean, fucking brutal for me to like realize that I had written, you know, like sometimes
Mhm.
when you're writing a song, it's like you're mumbling for the most part and like listening to something come together. And then I kind of heard myself say and sing out loud for the first time, like, love is just a man I used to call. And I remember saying that and being like, oh my God. Like it was just
Yeah.
kind of like I didn't realize that was even something I was thinking. And it was a very intense, very beautiful line for me to write.
All right, so we're gonna end with a segment called Passing the Aux Best Recs,
Okay.
where you're gonna give us some of your best recommendations. Because I feel like artists always have like the best taste, and I love hearing
Oh,
what you guys
okay.
have to rec. First question for that is, what's a song that you feel like is just like so underrated, or you feel like more people need to listen to?
I really want to answer this like properly. Okay, right now I've been listening to this British artist Natanya, who I can't get enough of, but she has this song called On Your Time, which is so good. The production's amazing, her voice is fantastic, and the whole like ethos of the song is just like this romantic thing between us only works when it's on your time. And it's very simple. It's a very simple thing. That's super underrated. Um I mean, that band, Racing Mount Pleasant, I think is so underrated. The production, the, like, instrumentation on their record is crazy good.
Insane. Their like set live is so
It's a big
right?
band, isn't it?
It's such
I've
a
never
big
seen them.
different instruments that I was just like, it was gorgeous.
That's also another song I would say I wish I could hear for the first time again, that song, Your New Place, you know that one?
Yeah, yeah. Gorgeous.
I think I was biking listening to that album for the first time.
A great biking
Devastation!
album. All right, my last question. If you could recommend viewers one song of yours to listen to, which one would you pick?
I would say Truth of Pursuit because it's just about the mess of desire and the come down. So,
It's a gorgeous song.
thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Do you have anything you wanted to promote to viewers?
I'm on tour and my EP came out, so you should come out. That's it.
And listen to our playlist. We did.
Thank
So
you.
true. Thank you so much.
This was so fun.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
so glad.